Hey guys, so here's part 2 of the 5.5 day 1 notes. Okay, once again, we're just going to do another division one. So we have 3x to the 4th minus 5x cubed plus 4x squared minus 6 by x squared minus 3x plus 5. Now, we did talk about this as using 0 as a placeholder if an exponent is missing. So first of all, let's look at our x squared. So remember, you always want to make sure, like, you look at the first term. That's always going to be our largest, and then you want to go down from there. So we do go from x squared. We do have our x term, and then we do have our constant. So we have all of our terms that we need for that second polynomial. So I'm going to go ahead and write that out. But now let's talk about that second polynomial. So 3x to the 4th, so we started off with that. Now we need to go to a cubed. We do have the x cubed term, so we're good to go. Then we should be going down to a squared. We do have an x squared term. But do we have our x term? No. So make sure you use 0 as a placeholder, okay? So I'm going to have plus 0x and then the minus 6. Because the reason being is that we need to make sure that we combine the correct like terms. If we don't, then we can get our answer incorrect, okay? Now what we do is we do what we did just the last time. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need to match our first term. Okay, so remember, always match because we should always cancel our first term. So we are thinking of 3x to the 4th. I'm going to kind of put this below so I have room. So I need to think x squared times what will give me 3x to the 4th. Well, of course, we need the number 3. And x squared times x squared will give us x to the 4th. So we have 3x squared. Now, where I'm going to place that is above the 4x squared. So I'm going to match the terms so then I definitely know when I'm done dividing. Okay, so now I'm going to take the 3x squared and multiply by all the terms that are outside the division bar. Okay, just think about like you're multiplying. You got to multiply by all the terms. So I get 3x to the 4th, then 3x squared minus 3x gives me minus 9x cubed. And then 3x squared plus 5 gives me plus 15x squared. So now we are able to combine like terms. That's why we have to do that. We always have to combine like terms. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract. And remember, what happens is I'm going to change that subtraction into an addition and then distribute that sign to everything, meaning all the signs behind are going to change. So my 3x to the 4th is negative, 9x cubed is positive, and my 15x squared becomes negative. Now, know that my first two terms should always cancel. So if you need to put that, okay, first term should always cancel. Okay? So make sure you have that written down there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is combine my like terms. So 5x cubed, negative 5x cubed plus 9x cubed gives me 4x cubed. Then 4x squared minus 15x squared gives me negative 11x squared. And then I bring down the next term, so the plus 0x. So now my new first term I'm trying to match is 4x cubed. So what I need to think of is x squared times what will give me that 4x cubed. Well, we definitely need the number 4 to match that. And then we need to know to have an x, because x squared times x gives us that 4x cubed. Okay, so now I put that 4x cubed, or that, 4x above. And notice that it's above the 0x, so we're doing this correctly. Now I'm going to take my 4x and multiply that by all the terms outside the division bar. Okay, so I'm going to take my 4x multiplied by the 5, negative 3x, and x squared. So when I do that, I get 4x cubed, then minus 12x squared. Now I get plus 20x, and so now I can combine that with the 0x. Because if we didn't do that, maybe a lot of you would have combined it with the 6. But know the negative 6 and 20x, they are not like terms, okay? So that's why we have to use a placeholder, so we combine the correct terms. Okay, so now I change that minus into a plus, and all the signs behind it change. The first terms always cancel out. Now 11x squared plus a 12x squared will give me just x squared. And then 0x minus 20x gives me negative 20x. And then I bring down that last term of minus 6. So now I need to match up my new first term, which is now x squared. So now I need to think of x squared times what will give me x squared? Well, that's just going to be 1, okay? So that was going to be nice and easy what we have to do there since we only have to multiply by 1. Okay, so I'm going to put that up here where my answer is. So I have a plus 1. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 1 and multiply it by x squared, negative 3x, and a 5. So I get x squared minus 3x and plus 5. So that makes it nice and easy there. Now I need to subtract, and so that changes all my signs here. So I have a negative x squared plus 3x and a minus 5. So now my first two terms cancel out. Negative 20x plus 3x gives me negative 17x. And then negative 6 minus 5 gives me negative 11. So remember, whatever's left over, because think about it, can x squared go into x? No, because that is a degree down. So remember, your largest exponent can go into anything higher or itself, nothing lower. So that means this is going to be our remainder, and we're going to add it to our answer. Okay, so we have 3x squared plus 4x plus 1. And then we add the negative 17x minus 11, and then we put it over that second polynomial. And the second polynomial is the x squared minus 3x plus 5. And then this would be our final answer here, right? Okay, make sure if you have any questions that you contact me, and make sure you work on the homework assignment. I'll see you guys later.